All right, hello everybody. 1 2 3 testing 1 2. What? All right, it's working. All right, you guys, we got ourselves the info. Let me show you guys what the hell is going on here. Let's see. I took a screenshot of the new info. Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, Rang, what's up? Irgundir, Sokeng, Kahar, Shiny, Pocket, Chef Boss, Nick Miles, Zumali, Walnut, Catacult, D, Kim STS, Rio, Thor, Duton, what's up you guys? What's up? You know, I wasn't expecting the video to drop right now. Like, I think it dropped like an hour ago or something. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, and I was making this, but I just did not have had enough time to finish this. Let's go ahead and take a look into the... How can I show this? Like, maybe I could do this. Can you guys read this? Yeah. Give me a second. Let me just... I will do this. It's going to be easier for us to just read and see what's up and compare stuff. Yeah, I was trying to make something like this, but Lilith dropped the video and I did not really have a chance, had a time to finish that. Okay. Let me zoom in. Yeah, you guys can see it, right? Let me see. South Cloud, what's up? Putnik, what's up? Mikasa, ZKX, Bob. Wrong string, wait, what? Oh, STC, okay, STC. You can call me Kim. Okay, I'll call you Kim. Antichrist, bro, how does it work? Hello, Stri. What's up, everybody? Let's discover how it works together, man. I don't really have an idea of how it works. So let's see. Okay, so first of all, the scroll legendary, which is this is gonna be the autarch, right? It is giving us 7% boost. Let me just type it down here, 7% boost. Maybe I will... yeah, I will do it later. 7% boost. I need to compare these two, right? I haven't done these as well. We gotta do some stuff. Okay, let's see. The wielder troop gains 7% boost to skill damage. Okay, it's already 2% more. Let me fix this. There you go. And when wielder troop deals skill damage, it deals 10% more if the hit target has 50% or more unit remaining. If not, the target takes 2.5% more damage for the next 2 seconds. So basically that means that if the target is 50% and up, you are gonna be gaining 10% more skill damage bonus. And if that guy is 50% low, that target will take 2.5% more damage for the next 2 seconds. This means this is kind of like applying debuff, and this is kind of strong, man. This is 2.5% more damage for the next 2 seconds. My initial thought, this is not like restricted to like any sorts of damage, so it's basically applying 2.5% damage taken. And like for example on Qin Shi Huan, right? Qin Shi Huan, and I'm also not seeing any cooldowns on this one. There's no cooldowns, which means Qin Shi Huan is dealing skill damage every second. That means like this buff, like, you know, if the target is above half HP, you are gonna be doing 10% more damage, and below 50% HP, that target is taking 2.5% more damage, but it is debuff applied, so all of your marches are benefiting, and Qin Shi Huan alone can apply this debuff, like just keep it there for 2 seconds. And it does not have cooldown. Sounds quite strong, in my opinion. 12% skill is pretty big. Indeed it is big. Indeed it is big. Delta... Wait, Delta is 10%, right? Yeah, Delta is 10%. Yeah, Delta is 10%. Pincer is 10%. And then we have 12%. Alright, so, okay, 10%. Like if you're running 5 marches, that's 10%. I mean, on average, we can, like, okay, so 10% more bonus. So let's just do some note here. Let's just do some note here. Yeah, this effect is already looking stronger than the wedge effect, though. Not to mention, we also have 2% more boost. Can you zoom in a bit? Is it? Hold on a second. How about now? How about now? I thought wedge inscriptions are gonna be broken. It seems okay. I mean, this thing is already looking stronger than Hunter, though. It is looking stronger than a Hunter. Like Hunter inscription, right? When dealing direct damage to a single target, the damage is increased by 10%. Otherwise, it was 2%, and it had 5 seconds cooldown. Here we do not see any cooldowns. And when the wielder troop deals skill damage, it deals 10% more if the target is 50% and more, right? So basically you're just gaining a 10% bonus. I think... Alright, so... one thing for us to notice is that I think that this is only applied to the current target you're attacking, because it does say the target, right? If the hit target, the target So you are benefiting from 10% more bonus from the target that you're currently attacking. Yeah, I don't think it applies to the AoE damage. I wonder if the damage can stack, like 2.5% first hit and then 2.5% second hit, etc. I don't think so. Usually how this works is they just refresh the cooldown. They just refresh the duration. So if someone is attacking, it's applying 2.5% more damage debuff taken, right, for the next 2 seconds. And if any other attacks, it just refreshes the duration. It will not stack. And then it looks quite powerful, but I don't think it works on AoE. I think it's just a single target. And this guy is also kind of like a single target, right? But yeah, it's this inscription is straight up better in my opinion. The effect, 7%. All right, let's take a look into the rare, which is, this is called Advantage Advanced. On the scroll, the rare is called Fury. When the wielder troop deals skill damage, it ignores 10% of enemy troops' defense. This effect can be triggered up to 3 times per second. Cooldown 2 seconds. All right. So after 3 times, what this means is that you can do multiple skill damage in one turn, right? It can be skill damage, it can be instant proc damage, and also it can be the talent. So here's the thing. I think they specifically put this 3 times because there is a talent that gives you instant proc damage like this. So you have 10% chance to do extra damage to that target, right? So the Phoenix Tail of Arrows, this talent does have extra proc damage. And not to mention, for example, Herman also has instant proc damage like this. And then the active skill damage. So all of these damage can stack in one turn. The chances of that happening is very rare, but I think Lilith just did not ignore that possibility. Stack up to 3 times, can trigger up to 3 times. I don't think this is going to stack though. I don't think it stacks. I think it will just ignore 10%. Yeah, this effect can trigger after 3 times, right? It can just trigger after 3 times, but so within that turn, all of the damage can ignore 10% enemy defense, right? But it does not mean they are gonna be ignoring 30% of defense. For example, if your skill damage is doing, if the skill damage is proccing this, your skill damage is gonna hit the enemy target and ignoring 10% of the enemy defense. And in that turn, whenever there's an instant proc damage as well, it's gonna also ignore the 10%, and from the talent, it's also gonna ignore the 10%. And 10% defense ignored is like, it's kind of like 3 to 4% damage increase, but it's just only for that skill damage, which is active skill, instant proc, and talent. So okay, it is better than nothing, right? It is ever so slight amount of damage increase, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and check out the wedge formations. Yeah, the crazed. Crazed is like 35% rage though. All right. Okay. I mean, crazed on skill talent tree does have a potential. We did the calculation back a few months ago, but it is like a hunter is always better, I guess. Like, yeah, I mean, the rare inscription, like, %80 overall your damage output, 2 seconds of cooldown. Now there's another one question is, usually when the buffs have like this kind of stuff have 2 seconds of cooldown, then that means both of these skill cycles can benefit usually. Yeah, both of the skill cycles can benefit off of this. Both of these skill cycle can benefit. So around 80%. And then, so maybe like total DPS output is gonna be like 2.5% to like 3.2% damage increase. Because we know that your total damage output, around like 70 to 80% of your total output, damage output, consists of active skill damage. So in that sense, your total damage is going to be like 2.4 to 3.2%. This number is, I think this number is important because this will help us to choose between like, let's say if there's like 3.5% HP normal inscription, right? And then you have Fury. I think it's better idea for us to get the Fury because it will give us like minimum, like, let's say minimum 2% damage increase, minimum overall. That's what I think. Hey, Flekty, appreciate you, man, for the 5 gifties. Oh, Thanos, yo. Appreciate you, man, for the support. Welcome everybody to the kitchen crew. Welcome. Let me read the chat, what you guys are saying. I've been mumbling with myself way too much. It just AoE, it triggers off AoE. Give me a second, you guys. I'm back. I had a phone call. All right. What is TJ Mitten saying? It's AoE. What is this? It's just AoE. It triggers off AoE. Generally, in that phrasing means AoE type of thing. So 3 different targets. So 3 different targets. Okay, I see. So instead of it's just proccing in a single second did 3 different targets. Are you guys like sure? Are you guys 100% sure? Oh, wait a second. Which one is this similar to Delta? No, not this one. Where is this? Where is this caused by the... I don't really see similar effect though. Did you cover emblem yet? Yo, no, we are just starting from the scrolls. Let's see. Does which 2 has a big impact on skill damage like commanders like Ho and Nevsky? Well, they will definitely help, but I am not sure it is enough for them to make them back to the meta, right? I don't think so. It's on the skill, not on the formation. Ah. Let's see. Let's see. You mean this? Some of the new blue ones on Wedge to look better than the legendary. Just don't remember which one. I can kind of half remember there's something like defense reduction or something like that, right? Maybe it was on David. Maybe it was on David. Do I have David? No. Nah. Well, it is what it is. Let's just continue. Okay, so that is a little bit question mark. I guess a little bit testing to do, but regardless, I mean the legendary inscription is gonna be much better, right? Whoa. All right, so 7%. Give me a second. Let me just do this real quick, just for the comparison purposes. Yeah. So let's see. Instrument. We have 5% boost. 5% boost. And then boiling blood is 2%. Let's just get the boosts. We will take a look into the effects later. Balanced is 3.5% normal damage resistance. 3.5% normal resistance. Defiant is 3%. Let me just write it down. And Interpret, it's 10% boost. The rare is 4% boost. There you go. Now we are all set. Let's go back. Okay, so here there's no boost. I see. Now let's go take a look into the instrument. Indomitable. 7% boost. Wow, already another 2% more. We are hitting 14% boost mark here, which the total boost we have is like 5 here, and then 10 here. That means we have 20% boost, right? Which has 20% boost total. But right now, let me just do this. There you go. Which we have already now have 14% boost. Let's see. Let me read the chat. Imploder. Imploder. Yes, Imploder does have a similar effect, right? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Whenever they do wielded troop deals a smite damage, the target loses 20% defense for the next 2 seconds. This effect can trigger up to multiple times, 3 times, and 5 seconds cooldown. But isn't this also that target? Isn't this just the current target that you're attacking? That's I always thought. It is not going to trigger for AoE, right? It's just gonna be for that current target, but it can trigger up to 3 times, means that yes, it can trigger up to 3 times, but it will just refresh the duration and it will be just 28% for that current singular target. I don't think it applies to AoE target, because it does say the target troop, right? It does not say the target troops or the like the troops hit by this smite damage. If that is the case, in plural case, yes, but it does say the target. Demolisher. Whenever it deals smite damage, it has 75% chance to ignore the target's 50% damage. This effect can trigger multiple times. Yeah, it doesn't stack as well. It also the targets. Is it the targets? Wait. No. Wait. No. It does get okay. So I remember this. When you hit 5 targets. Wait. I think this is the same. Hold on a second. WEDGE's skill is, yeah, each target has 30% chance to increase 15% extra, right? So yeah, WEDGE's, this can do AoE. But I don't think like the I don't think the Demolisher is AoE. It's just a target. These work with 5 target AoE. So basically the ignore defense also works on AoE. I see. Okay. That means this is quite powerful, man. This is looking very, very powerful though. It's kind of like powerful, man. Extremely powerful. What? That's 30%. That is 30% defense reduction, which is what? Like almost 10% damage increase. For 3 targets combined. Interesting. Okay, it is a question mark, I think. But let's just say this triggers AoE, which this is kind of strong though. Okay, here now let's go ahead and take a look into the instrument. 7% boost is already 2% more. So this is a little bit tricky part right here. For every 300 rage the wielder has, their troop deals 1% more damage and takes 1% less damage. For up to 6% more or less. More, less. This buff is applied when your primary commander uses a skill and lasts for 3 seconds at fixed value, regardless of subsequent changes in rage. Now, this effect seems a little bit confusing, but I think that this effect is kind of like trying to buff commanders like Zhuge, right? Commanders like, let's say, Herman. So this is kind of like normal commanders. Normal commanders, they build up rage up to 1000, and then they are using their skill, right? And then they're using their skill, which means Herman or Zhuge at 1000, they are gonna be gaining 3% more damage and 3% less damage taken after they cast their skill, and then it effects lasts for 3 seconds. And it says primary commander, so let's see. So normal commanders will take an advantage of this 3% more damage and 3% less skill damage, right? So when you are casting your skill, it's like 1000. There might be a situation like here, it is weird, guys, for up to 6% more or less, right? Which means that 6% means you have to have 1800 rage in order for you to get the full buff. And now, how is that possible? It is kind of possible when you are kind of like getting silenced right before you are casting your skill. Where's Guan? I think they thought through this. So Guan silences you for 3 seconds. So let's say you had like 999 rage, right? Right 1 second before you are casting your skill. It is kind of like theoretically possible. Let me just explain here. So you had 999 rage right before, and then Guan silences you for 3 seconds. And then in the next turn, you have generated max range. In the second turn, you have generated another max rage, right? This is already total 1439 rage. And then 220, maybe not, let's add 220, another 220. What is this? 1659. That means this is kind of weird. What did they think? This is the only theoretical possibility that you can have beyond 1000 rage. So this is also telling us that it is possible to have beyond 1000 rage, though. This is weird. This is kind of like a very first time we are seeing this. Let me read the chat, what you guys say. This means whenever you use skill during that next 3 seconds, however many rage generated during those 3 seconds will be permanently recorded, will be buffed for your damage by 1% for each 300 gained. At least that's what I understood. I don't think so, man. It does say that this buff is applied when your primary commander uses a skill and lasts for 3 seconds at fixed value, and regardless of subsequent changes in rage. So when your primary commander casts a skill, it will capture how much rage you had in that time, and then it will give you a buff. Now, whether or not this 3% more damage and 3% less damage will be covering that current skill cycle, or it will only cover the secondary commander skill cycle, it is a little bit question mark. But this means, from what I understood, is that normal commanders will be utilizing this quite well. However, commanders such as Qin Shi Huang is kind of like, Qin Shi Huang is not using this. Qin Shi Huang will not be getting the full effects of this. Where's my Qin Shi Huan? Qin Shi Huan. We have analyzed Qin Shi Huan's rage, right? Or yes, there we go. Yeah. This is the rage graph of Qin Shi Huan. Okay. Oh my god. What the hell is happening? Oh no, that's the draft. Yeah, this is the rage graph. So Qin Shi Huan, Zhuge Liang, their rage goes up. It goes on up and up. It starts at 500, as we know, and it goes down but it goes up and up and up. So on average, like let's say at maximum, like this is 600 rage. This is like how many turns? 12, 6, 24 turns. So within 24 turns, you are finally reaching 600. Otherwise, your average is gonna be like maybe around 300 or something like that, right? So maybe like Qin Shi Huan with Zhuge Liang is only gonna be gaining around like maybe on average 1%. However, any commander other than Zhuge Liang, which is this one is YSG and this one is just other commander, and here we are using Horn. Both of these cases we are using Horn and we are using Feral Nature. We are, you know, maximizing our rage gain, but even so Qin Shi Huan's rage does not accumulate over time, it goes down. Now this graph also not considering all of the rage reduction effect happening on open field. That means that this is Zhuge Liang, right? Zhuge Liang, in reality, the rage might be like not going up, but maybe like linger around like 400 or 500 and then just stay constant around that section. This is not considering rage reduction effect happening. And this YSG and normal commanders, this is also not considering the rage reduction effect. So this graph is gonna go down quite fast on normal commanders. Yeah, Qin Shi Huan and all others, and this is YSG. I might have edited things as we go, but we know that Qin Shi Huan rage goes down. So Lilith was very sneaky not to make Qin Shi Huan more overpowered, as well as on the other hand they were trying to buff like a normal skill damage based commanders. I think that is the intention behind this. So okay, so like initially what we are thinking is normal commanders are gonna, like, whenever the primary commander casts their skill, they're gonna be immediately gaining 3% more damage and 3% less damage taken. Total it's like 6%, right? But Qin Shi Huan is only gonna be like maybe 1%, and that's about it. So Qin Shi Huan is not benefiting this that much. But at the end of the day, it might be like even out. Let me read what you guys think. Only a rage consumption commander like Qin Shi Huan has rage when casting their active skill. For others, when they get to 1000 rage resets and they cast their skill on the next turn. Daniel, that's correct actually. Well, again, we have to test this, but yeah, this is how maybe Qin Shi Huan is not benefiting from this that much, and then the normal skill damage commanders benefiting from this more. I guess we have to test this though. Man, oh gosh darn it, but it's gonna be hard to test this though. Maybe a thing to make people stay in the fights longer. It's nice that flag slot isn't too broken for archers, means you can focus on assertive to keep costs down. Then how Spirited works for Qin Shi Huan? Spirited does not really work for Qin Shi Huan on open field. It doesn't really work. You will have hard time triggering Spirited. on Qin Shi Huang. Ayo, Civil is here. It may count with rage bar dots. Okay. I thought one rage bar dot is like 250 rage though. And you have 4 dots, right? So that's 1000 rage. That's always what I thought. So who benefits from this, right? Yo, that's also a very nice question. Commanders such as like Hua does have a reduced rage cost, right? So like for example, Sun Tzu Prime, right? Sun Tzu Prime is not a skill damage, but he does have a rage requirement is less to cast. So commanders like does have a that has reduced rage cost. Actually, this does not really benefiting them much because it's not storing as much rage. But is 900 and 1000 rage is gonna be like too big of a deal in here? I don't think so, man. And also this effect lasts for 3 seconds fixed value. As we know, Qin Shi Huang is casting their skill every 4 turns. So basically Qin Shi Huang will be having this buff active 75% of the time if he's like non-stop attacking a target, right? But just the normal commanders, on average they will be casting their skill around 7 turns. And then if we factor in all the rage reduction effect happening on open field, usually they are gonna be like 8 or 9 seconds. That means even though Qin Shi Huang might not be benefiting this from that much, right, from the damage bonuses, but Qin Shi Huang will be having this buff more active compared to the regular commanders. So regular commander will be having, for example, 3% more damage, 3% less damage taken. That means 6% damage, right? 6% damage for 3 seconds, and you have 8 seconds of skill cycle. That means it's like less than half, so it's gonna go down to like maybe around 2% or something like that in the end, on average. But Qin Shi Huang is gonna be having 2% buff for 3 seconds, but he can have it every 4 seconds. So it's like Qin Shi Huang is like maybe like 1.6% or something like that. So it's not too much big of a difference, I think. Not too much big of a difference. Doesn't necessarily stick with has or consume rage. Lilith translation always sucks. Yeah, sometimes we need to do some testing to actually understand the effects, right? Yeah, the description can be quite misleading sometimes. For every 300 rage the wielder has, their troop deals 1% more damage. And from what I understood, you accumulate 1000 rage and then you cast your rage, and then this is gonna capture that 1000 rage and gonna be like, okay, 1000 rage means you are gaining 3% more damage and 3% less damage. And then you're gaining that for the next 3 seconds. Because the primary commander, right? And regardless when you are gaining rage or losing rage, it does not really matter. It just captures that moment when you are casting your skill, and then it will calculate the damage bonus depending on how much rage you had. That's what I'm understanding. Could the buff be also for new garrison commander? These effects, you're right, man. This effect might be also something to do with the upcoming new archer commanders as well. The upcoming new archer commanders might have some sort of mechanic that they are gonna be using this effect quite well. Edward of Woodstock, Rabbit Gaming, that's really, yo, that is really sharp. Yeah, Edward does have increased rage requirement, right? Oh, this is it, man. Look at this Edward, 1350 rage requirement. And then, yo, Tomaris, right? So Tomaris actually silences. Where's Tomaris? Tomaris also silences you. Yeah. Right? Was it Edward? Was it? No, no. Is it Edward? Ah, no, no. It doesn't silence. Ah, okay. It loses 300 rage. Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. But yeah, here we have 1,350. I see. And then when you get silenced right about when you are hitting your rage, then you are gonna be building more rage, I think. So your rage does have a potential to go up. Okay, this is very specific. Yo, what? Like, does that mean the new Archer Commander is gonna be having some sort of like this type of effect? Artemisia, yes, indeed, you guys. Yeah, that's correct. Artemisia also silences, right? Does have a silencing effect. Yeah. Whenever the commander reaches 80% rage, it has 50% chance to silence itself. Does that mean do new commanders have something like this kind of effect? Especially like this time we are gonna be getting Archer Garrison, right? So does that mean Archer Garrison is gonna have some sort of this? Alright, so this is 7% boost and this is quite interesting. Let us go ahead and check out the skill damage. Skill damage. We have Unstoppable 5%, and when dealing direct damage to a target, that's one target, there's a 30% chance that that damage will be increased by 10% and it has 5 seconds of cooldown. This is only gonna be affecting one skill cycle because it does have one of the commander skill, right? Primary commander skill, maybe, or secondary. That means already 40%, and 30% chance means 3%, 40%, 1.2% of damage increase on average, 1.2%. Maybe a little bit less than that. So this is not too much. Maybe only 1% or something like that in reality. But a 5% boost. But I mean, I guess this Unstoppable is like on average this does not really do damage though. So I think this might be better or maybe equal. The one question is, I wonder if this covers the primary commander's skill damage, right? Primary commander skill damage does trigger this, so I wonder if it covers that. If it covers that, then this is quite nice. If it's not, then it's okay. It's nice bonus, but it is still 7% more boost, right? It looks after 2 rounds of skill every time primary cast active skill would have 6% damage and reduction for 6 seconds for regular commander. It looks after 2 rounds of skill. Okay, so Civil is saying this does apply to both skills, and every time primary cast active skill would have 6% damage and reduction for 3 seconds for regular commander. The question is, how does it reach in 6% though? In order to reach 6%, we gotta have like 1800 rage, right? I don't think the new archers will have higher rage requirement. Maybe. I sure hope not. Yeah, man, like rage is pretty important, right? Like in today's meta, if you have increased rage, that's a little bit iffy. Unless they are doing something. Oh, man! Flekty! My God, what are you doing, man? Another 50 gifted membership. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the support. Welcome everybody to the kitchen crew. Civil, my guy, and Mr. Siege also got memberships. Welcome everybody. Just joined. Have you looked at any other inscription? We just talked about the scroll. Now we are going down. All right, so let us proceed. Okay, so this is very quite interesting. So our initial instinct is telling that normal commanders will be benefiting from this a little bit better in terms of the damage bonuses, and Qin Shi Huang is not gonna proc this as good, but still we have 7% boost. Skill damage, instrument, the wedge, right? We have 5% boost, but this is 7% boost, so it's already 2% more. So it's already better on Qin Shi Huang. Now let's go here. It gains 2% more skill damage boost. Hold on a second. Here we have another 2% boost. Boiling blood is also 2% boost. Okay. Let me write down here. So this is 2% boost. And for every 600 rage gained, that's a quite chunky amount. The wielder troop gains 4% bonus to all damage dealt and 2% reduction to all damage dealt taken for the next 3 seconds. I know how this is gonna work. This is so. Let's say you are gaining 200 rage per turn, right? Let's say you are gaining 200 rage per turn. This is just an example. That means total on the third turn you are gaining total 600 rage, and then this effect is gonna get triggered. This effect is gonna get triggered. You are gonna have, let me just write an effect. So 4% damage and 2% reduction, right? And then from here, once this is triggered, you have here, this is gonna last for the next 3 seconds, means for the next 3 turns. So this effect is going to last, yeah, starting from here. Yeah, this is it. So this is turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Something like this. We're just imagining. And then here you're gaining another 200 rage, another 200 rage, another 200 rage. So now you are hitting another 600 rage on the 6th turn, but the effect is still proceeding. So this is gonna trigger the effect and not again, and then the effect proceeds. So theoretically, I think this effect, you can have this effect 100% of the time if you are generating rage almost at the maximum capacity. However, this is only going to happen when you are getting swarmed. This is only going to happen when you are getting swarmed. The only case when you generate this much rage per turn is when you get swarmed. This happens. So when you get swarmed, this is gonna be up for 100% of the time, which is, I think it's very good news for Rally and Gears situation. On open field, you are gonna be generating 104 rage. Just give me a second. Yeah, 104 rage. So on open field, you're gonna be generating 104 rage. Let me just no, where was that? No. No, we're not gonna. I don't want to say. Yeah, here. So this is just an example. Yeah, it will take you like 6 turn. It will take you like 6 turn. So on open field, around like every 6 turn, you will be getting 600 rage. Not including. I mean, it does include. It can include the horn. So which means like maybe half of the effect you are gonna be benefiting on average, right? On average. Let me go back and read the description again. For every 600 rage gained. Okay, rage gained. I don't think it includes the rage reduction effects. I don't think it includes. You just gain rage, and it does not really matter at the end of the day. Some of your rage gets reduced or not. So this means, from what I see, my initial thinking is it will trigger approximately every 6 turns. Approximately every 6 turns, this effect is gonna get triggered. Approximately, if we are not considering the rage reduction effect, which I highly doubt it actually considers that. That means on average you are gonna be gaining 2% bonus damage and 1% reduction all time. Would you say horn is now a viable option for Qinshu Huan? I mean, I usually recommend horn for Qinshu Huan if you are pairing him anyone other than Zhuge. Horn was one of the better options. However, just because of this, I don't think you should be getting horn for this effect though. Because the idea here is that now you have pendant, right? You have pendant is 5% skill damage. So here you are gaining more boosts as compared to the wedge. Okay, the wedge number 2 is giving you more boosts. Now, where's my damage formula? I will explain you why. Because you are gaining more boosts, that means in return, if you increase the bonuses via, for example, pendant, then at the end of the day, you are gonna be gaining more. I'm just trying to find my damage formula sheet. There we go. Yeah, so your end damage, this is your boost and this is your bonuses, right? So both of them gets multiply each other. So let's say you have what? Okay, let's say you have 100. Give me a second. I'll go back. This is way too good. I'll go back to the other sheet. Yeah. So let's say you have 100% bonus, right? 100% bonus. But you have 20% boost. You have 100% bonus, but you have 20% boost. That means your 100% bonus is acting as if you have 120% boost. So this is the wedge. Right, this is the wedge. Now let's say we are not sure what is the total amount of boost that we are getting. Is it 24? Let me see. What is the total amount of boost that we're getting from with the new wedge? 12.5. 14, 12.5, 26.5%. Wedge number 2 is 26.5%. 14, yeah, so 6.5% more. So here's the pendant. Here's the 5% pendant, and then here's 5% pendant with Wedge 2.0, right? So the effectiveness of pendant is gonna get increased by 20%. That means it's gonna act as if it's like 6%. However, yeah, with the new Wedge 2, the pendant is gonna act as if it's like 6.3%. So it's a little bit boost and increase. This wing is quite... This is very good inscription though. This is very, very good inscription. This is kind of good inscription actually. Wait, what is the regular Wedge thingy? Boiling Blood, right? We have... Oh no! Big Daddy is coming in with 20... Oh my god, man, that's too much, man. Holy crap. And... Oh my god, man. Welcome everybody to the kitchen group. Man, Big Daddy, holy crap. I appreciate you, man. Big W in the chat for membership gifters. Guys. It's insane, man. I appreciate you for the support, man. We are analyzing the new Wedge. This Boiling Blood is 2% boost. Whenever the troop deals direct damage to its current target, their troop has 30% chance to reduce all the incoming skill damage by 5% for the next 3 seconds. Okay, so here you are gaining like tanky stats, right? 30% chance to reduce incoming skill damage. This Boiling Blood is actually not that great because it is limited to only skill damage. It is not including smite or combo. So in reality, this one, okay, so 5 seconds for 5% for 3 seconds means 15% divided by 5 means 3%. So 3% skill damage reduction with 30% chance means this is kind of like 1% skill damage reduction happening. 1% skill damage reduction. And then not to mention that the proc chance is only when you are dealing direct damage, right? So it's not gonna really proc every 5 seconds, but maybe it's gonna proc like every... if you're lucky, it's gonna proc every skill cycle. So it is not that great. So this wing right here is far superior effect than the current Wedge we have. You already gain on average 1% damage reduction anyway, and then on top of that 2% bonus damage. So this is quite good. But Wing doesn't have the same last sentence as Indomitable. The buff is applied when your primary commander uses a skill, right? So this is the trigger chance. Here, the trigger chance is for every 600 rage gain. So I think each time, so you are starting from 0, and then once you gain 600 rage total, then this effect is gonna get triggered for the next 3 seconds. So you gain 600 rage in total, and then this effect is triggering. And then you're gonna be having that buff for 3 seconds. However, during that turn, you are still gaining more rage, right? You're still gaining more rage, which means another 600 rage gained, and then this is gonna be getting triggered. I mean, on open field, because you are going back and forth, I mean, the this is 3 seconds of buff window. That means there is a chance that the average of 2% damage bonus and 1% damage reduction effect will be you will not gonna get utilized 100% because it's only continuous for 3 seconds, right? Let's say you gain 600 rage, but enemy is end up running away from you, or you end up going back. So that 3 second is still gonna start ticking. So there is a chance that you might lose this buff window. But regardless, I think this is way better rare than the Boiling Blood right there. I would choose this winged over Boiling Blood every day. Is Wedge too good? So far it's looking very, very good. Let's go and check this maneuver at ease. We are looking into the flag. Now, here's the old Wedge flag. Well, we have balance, right? 3.5% normal damage resistance. And then when you reach 80%, you are going to be dealing 8% more skill damage for the next 3 seconds. So this is kind of good, working well on normal commanders. On Qin Shi Huang, he doesn't really utilize this much, but you are still gaining a little bit normal damage resistance, which in today's meta, there's a lot of combo and smite damage happening on the field, right? This one, give me a second. Yeah, 3.5% resistant. Here, this one is you are gaining 2% damage resistance. So this 2% damage resistance is resisting every type of damage. And then on top of that, 2% smite damage resistance. So infantry is gonna have their damage resisted by a total of 4%, the smite damage. But all of the other is 2%. This is already looking very good as well. Okay, within 5 seconds of after using active scale, for every 3 basic attack, counter attack it deals, for every 3 basic attack or counter attack. So within 5 seconds. So this is gonna trigger only once during that 5 seconds, because it does say every 5 seconds, right? So you have 5 turn, and within 5 turn, if you do 3 basic attack on open field. Now, if you are getting swarmed, then this is gonna trigger like insane. But let's just talk about open field first. The next basic attack will have its damage converted into direct damage instead. Alright, converted into direct damage instead. Which means that direct damage will be increased by all of the bonuses and boosts. So this is quite good. The direct damage is equal to 150% of troops' basic attack damage factor. Alright, so this means 300 damage factor of skill damage. Wow. Oops. Whoa. This means that, okay, on open field, when you are fighting, this is only gonna most likely happen once. You are only gonna be doing this damage once, 300 damage factor. However, when you are getting swarmed, this might go insane. So when you are getting swarmed by 3 or more targets, right? When you are getting swarmed by 3 or more target, cooldown 1 second. Okay, cooldown 1 second means this is only gonna be triggering once. That means when you are getting swarmed, you can do 300 damage factor of skill damage every second for 5 seconds. That is 1500 damage factor of total damage we're seeing. Not to mention that this damage is now being increased by all of the boosts and bonuses we have up top here, right? So this is working extremely well in Raleigh-Garth situation as well. As well as this one is working well in Raleigh-Garth situation because you don't have to go back and forth. So you will be fully utilizing this buff windows. Alright, so Raleigh Garrison looking quite good. It's like mini version of Qin Shi Huan skill. Yeah, it's quite similar, right? It is quite similar. I mean, Qin Shi Huan is like, I wonder how, like, I don't think Qin Shi Huan already converts his damage to direct damage though. So Qin Shi Huan already converts it to the direct damage, so I guess this is not gonna be working on Qin Shi Huan, I guess. Because Qin Shi Huan already converts their damage to direct damage, right? Where's that? Yeah, whenever these troops launch basic attack, spends 100 rage and converts the damage into direct damage. So this is a big question mark. I don't think on Qin Shi Huan this works because Qin Shi Huan converts his damage to direct damage anyways. I think this might be stronger than like Qin Shi Huan does this AoE, right? In AoE fashion. Equal to 100% of its basic attack as a damage factor, right? So Qin Shi Huan only does this as 100%, but this one is 150%, so it's actually stronger than Qin Shi Huan's effect. Maybe because it's stronger, maybe it will take the effect. It could proc that. Yeah, I mean, Qin Shi Huan might proc this, but Qin Shi Huan, the idea here is Qin Shi Huan already converted his damage to direct damage, right? So how this is stacking, this is quite the question mark. And then you are doing 60% of the damage to nearby enemies, right? With the Iron Piercer. If Qin Shi Huan is benefiting from this, then Qin Shi Huan is gonna be doing a bit more damage, obviously, because instead of 100%, it's 150%. Regardless, this is looking quite good on Raleigh Garrison. Raleigh Garrison is gonna be benefiting out of this a lot, and normal open field players is gonna have some sort of benefit, but it's not like gonna be insanely crazy because you are not really doing that much power attacks or basic attacks anyways. You will be doing it only once, but it is still a good thing to have. It's kind of like instant proc damage though. Now you have like instant proc skill damage, which is good. Yeah, like for example, that damage is being converted to like direct damage, and then that direct damage is being increased by this effect as well, right? By 10%. Or it is applying the debuff. So this is actually kind of good. This is also already better than the balanced, I think. I would choose this on Qin Shi Huan anytime. Qin Shi Huan converts his attack into skill, but his counter hits as normal damage, so the inscription would be buffed. Yes. I mean, so here's the thing. Qin Shi Huan is converting his basic attack to direct damage, right? Okay. But this is also converting the basic attack, the next basic attack, into... I think it does. I think it will proc. Wait. Okay, so guys, this is a big question mark, you guys. Yo, Chad is coming in with the super chat. Hey, yo, called you out in the video. Need you look at the rage for the instrument slot. Worth raging up chin and need the chef to cook. My guy, you already made a video. We are just analyzing the and looking at the stuff here. Man, thank you for the super chat, man. My guy, much love. Guys, so here is one thing. This is very weird. This is weird. Okay. So here's the thing. Qin Shi Huan, the iron pierces bronze, right? This is converting your basic attack into direct damage. Okay. And then this skill. Whenever their troop deals the damage with basic attack via iron pierces bronze skill, right? Whenever you are using this passive skill doing damage, you are doing 60% of the damage up to 5 nearby enemies, right? This is it. So you have to be basically using your own iron pierces bronze effect in order to have that AoE effect. How? Oh, show my guys some love, like and subscribe, man. Chat, appreciate you, man. Much love. Thank you so much for the super chat. Bye, guy. Now the question is, if this maneuver at ease effect overrides the Qin Shi Huan's that iron pierces bronze, then Qin Shi Huan is no longer doing damage with this. Qin Shi Huan is no longer doing damage with this, but instead that damage will be, if this overrides, right, Qin Shi Huan's. So instead Qin Shi Huan will be damaging this. However, this is not going to trigger the AoE skill here. One Conqueror 6. Because the trigger chance is iron pierces bronze. So is that how it works? Like, is this actually bad on Qin Shi Huan? If this overrides Qin Shi Huan's skill, because it is stronger buff, it is stronger damage, 150%, which usually happens with a Rise of Kingdoms, right? Or Qin Shi Huan doesn't use this at all. The Qin Shi Huan doesn't use this effect at all. Oh, by the way, oh my god, I almost forgot to give a shout out to my guy Chad. I mean, at this point everybody knows Chad, right? But just in case, let me just give a shout out to my Chad. Appreciate you, man. Guys, go check out Chad. It seems like Chad already made a video about this WEDGE 2.0 as well. And my boy Schmuckers here as well. Schmuck. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, this is the main concern that I have with this. Again, I guess we need to do some testing with this. I guess there is testing needs to be done, but yeah, if this overrides, then it's actually nerfing Qin, because you are now losing the AoE damage. This one Conqueror 6 is not gonna proc for 1 turn. You are losing this, right? But if Qin Shi Huan does not benefit this, then this is basically useless on Qin Shi Huan. I hope things work for Qin Shi Huan. Maybe this is intended to make Qin Shi Huan not too overpowered. Maybe in the end we might not need to use maneuver for Qin Shi Huan. Maybe, who knows, right? If this is actually nerfing Qin Shi Huan's damage output, then it's kind of like it's not good, man. It won't do anything on Qin Shi Huan because he won't be doing basic attack. Qin Shi Huan is converting that into skill. Yeah, that is most likely the case, right? That is most likely the case. That is most likely the case. That is most likely the case. So Qin Shi Huan will not be benefiting this. So this maneuver at this, how this is working is, it is intended to buff normal commanders. This is working very, very good on normal commanders. But on Qin Shi Huan is not working. So I guess that's like, okay, good thing, right? Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's go down and check out the ballista. 1.5% damage resistant and 1.5% smite damage resistance. I love it. This is also very, very good blue inscription. I kind of like it. Let's check out the WEDGE blue inscription. We are on the flag, right? Yes. So WEDGE is like 3% normal damage resistance. So this is gonna be resisting combo and smite by total of 3%. This one is 1.5% damage resistance. This is like applying and resisting all sorts of damage and plus smite damage. So in terms of countering smite damage, it is the same, but you are losing little bit effectiveness versus combo, which I understand because combo should counter archers, right? This is, man, this WEDGE 2.0 definitely designed and redirected for archers, man. I can see that WEDGE is for archers now. I can see WEDGE is for archers. This is screaming that WEDGE is for archers. We can see that this inscription specifically here is countering infantries, but not getting too much countering against combo. Oh my god, I also forgot to give a shout out to my guy Sewell as well, man. I think I have Sewell. Guys, go check him out. He was the king of 60 GT. I wonder if he's still here though. Okay, so this is interesting. Now let's go down and take a look into the final emblem section, which is 12.5% boost to skill damage. Now, the WEDGE has 10%. Yeah, Intrepid has 10% and Focus Fire has 4%. Here 12.5% boost, and then the regular one is 5% boost to skill damage. So it's straight up better more. This will not proc for QSH question mark. This is good for rally garrison situation. It's like it's okay. It's okay addition for open field. It's okay addition for open field. Let's see. This one is approximately every 6 turns. This is also very good for our rally garrison, but I guess rally garrison will not be using blue inscription, right? Very good for rally garrison because rally garrison tend to generate more rage because simply because they are dueling. And when you are dueling, you are doing counterattack damage, and that counterattack damage is generating 16 rage per counterattack. So it will be utilized better for rally garrison. But I guess this is the legendary inscription that everybody is going to be using for rally garrison. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is also kind of gonna get fully utilized. Going to get fully utilized by Raleigh Garrison as well. Just because it does have 3 seconds of buff window, right? 3 seconds of buff window. Now on open field, whenever you have like this kind of buff window, it's on open field, it's kind of iffy, because you might sometimes miss the window or at least not fully utilize this. But on open field, it should be fine because it does 3%. Hey, yo, Cortex! Welcome back to the kitchen crew for 3 months. How's it looking, chef? So far, it's looking quite great, man. We are having some question mark with Qin Shi Huan, but I think we are kind of like understanding how it's working. I think because this lasts for 3 seconds, I think it's fine. 3 second buff window is fine for open field. Sick buff window is fine for field. You can usually cover both of your skill cycles if this is covering. If this covers both active skills, which according to Cyril it does, and Cyril does tell us really solid information. Cyril usually gets the correct information though. By the way, let me give a shout out to my boy Cortex as well. Appreciate you, man. Welcome back to the kitchen crew. 3 months of support. I mean, it's not just 3 months, but it's many months of support actually. All right. I think it does cover both of skill cycles, okay? And Qin Shi Huan. So the point here is Qin Shi Huan is not going to fully utilize this effect. However, normal commander skill cycle is every 7 to 8 seconds. QSH is 4, right? Just because of that, let me do this. Do this and that. Yep, and then do this. So just because Qin Shi Huan is casting his skill faster, I think at the end of the day, it might like Qin Shi Huan will be gaining smaller amount of damage bonuses and reduction, right? Qin Shi Huan will be gaining smaller amount because Qin Shi Huan will not have much rage usually. But Qin Shi Huan can have that small buff, almost like a very uptime is going to be high because it's 3 seconds and Qin Shi Huan is casting his skill for every 4 turns. Normal commanders, on the other hand, they are gaining higher bonuses because they do need to reach 1000 rage to cast, but their skill cycle is every 7 to 8 seconds. Usually it's 7 seconds, right? But I am considering 8 seconds because in today's meta there are many rage reduction effect happening on the open field that it's not even funny anymore. It's not even fun anymore. Usually, I mean, I think it's right now it is safe to assume that you need to add +1 second for your skill cycles on open field. That's how terrible the rage reduction effects is. And it's even gonna get worse and worse. The more AoE smite commanders we're gonna be getting, the more rage is gonna get chunked away from you. And then like Arthur, right? Arthur combo commanders does not even reduce rage in the talent, but Arthur does have a rage reduction effect. And there are some other commanders that chunks your rage, right? So this is why I'm adding +1 seconds usually. I have started to add +1 seconds in my simulations as well lately. So this is okay. I think this is okay for Qin Shi Huang. I mean, it averages out and it's gonna be same for Qin Shi Huang versus normal commander. This is gonna be very good for Royal Garrison. I don't think this works for Qin Shi Huang, but this damage resistance and smite resistance is actually good. And we are also noticing that again, this WEDGE 2.0 is kind of like designed for archers. Because why they would add smite damage resistance, right? This is to counter infantry, and archers supposed to counter infantry. So WEDGE is designed for archers. Well, at least that was their intention. Now let's see Fury. When the wielded troop deals skill damage, it ignores 10% of the enemy troop's defense. This is nice. I think this is nice. Cooldown is 2 seconds. I don't think it... I think both of your active skills can benefit from this because it's 2 seconds. Both of your active skill can benefit from this. So it's quite good. But the question is it only gonna be the enemy troops defense? Yeah, I think this can be AoE. Yeah, this is AoE. AoE up to 3 targets. This is what I think. This is supposed to be AoE because it doesn't say the target. Same with, I think, this one should be AoE as well, I think, according to you guys. And also this is applying 2.5% more damage taken for the next 2 seconds as well. So this is kind of like Toppler. So in my opinion, this advantage advanced, right? I think this is kind of being similar to the Toppler effect. Again, the Toppler is one of the best autarchs that you can get. Simply because whenever the troop deals smite damage, the target troops takes 20% increased damage for the next 3 seconds, right? Toppler is, or was in this case, was the only inscription that applies debuff that other marchers can benefit. Toppler was the only inscription. Now in this case, advanced advantage, which is advantage advanced, right? It seems like this is now also applying 2.5% more debuff. So the more of you guys have this, right? More archer commanders, more of you guys have this, the target is gonna be taking 2.5% more damage. Almost like 100% at the time, because the 2 seconds will be refreshed every time you reapply this. I mean, I guess the target needs to be below 50%, but this is quite good. Indomitable is great for Edward and Honda. Yeah, Edward. Yeah, Edward does have 1350 rage requirement to cast his skill, right? So he will be getting more percentage bonus. But is that going to be a justification for us to start using Henry? I don't think so. You are just trying to gain like 1 or 2% more damage bonus just to sacrifice 350 rage. That is like 350 more rage, right, to cast your skill. That's like 2 or 3 turns, right? But I don't think this justifies us using a commanders that has a higher rage requirement. Unless... Man, you guys, I have an idea. What if... I mean, I think we gotta do a live stream where we're gonna do the guess the commander. I think we need to do that. What if, guys, imagine, I have one idea. What if new, for example, Garrison Archer, right? This is just an imagination, okay? What if the new Garrison Archer have 2000 rage requirement to cast active skill, okay? 2000 rage requirement to cast active skill, okay? What? Or this could be like new Archer Garrison, or maybe even open field. Maybe even open field, okay? So 2000 rage requirement to cast active skill, but one of these commander's passive skill, maybe third skill, or maybe third or fourth skill, right? Is like gain 100 extra rage per basic attack. What if something like this? So effectively, you are gaining 100 rage, extra rage from your basic attack. So effectively, it does not really change anything from a commander having 1000 rage, just regular commander, but it's just your rage cap is now like 2000, so you are benefiting from this effect like really, really good. And you are also generating 100 extra rage with your basic attack or something like that. What if something like this happens? What do you guys think? Then the commanders suck. I mean, I guess like if something like this, if they actually truly does this, then definitely effectiveness of Horn is going down, right? Effectiveness Horn is gonna go down definitely, because Horn is only generating like 50 rage, right? Uncrit Horn, and 50 rage for 1000 rage commander means it's generating 5% of its rage, right? But if there is a commander that's something like this, then it's only 2.5% of total rage. So Horn, effectiveness of Horn is basically reduced like twice, two times. But I mean, maybe Lilith does something crazy like this. I don't know. It's just interesting. This is like that Golden Kingdom mechanic still comes at worst. Oh yeah, right? In Golden Kingdom we have like your rage, you are now casting your skill every 2000, but your normal attacks generate 200% rage or something like that. There is something like that, right? With no rage cap per turn. Oh shit! Oh wait! Oh yeah, the rage cap is. Oh yeah, true that. Rage cap. Okay, so yeah, rage cap is gonna be an issue. So currently the rage cap is 220. So if we have 2000, then even if we generate more extra rage, then this is just gonna be kind of weird. I mean, I guess for Garrison it's gonna suck. But on the open field, it could definitely be an option, because yes, we do have 220 rage cap, right? But on the open field, normal commanders are generating 104 rage per turn with their basic attack, and it's not considering the 50s. I mean, this might be the case, might be not. I don't know. It was just a fun little idea. Will you make a Wedge and 2 inscription guide for archers? I will definitely make a video about the Wedge 2.0. I will definitely make a video about it. I will definitely make a video about it. The active skill should be overpowered to justify a sacrifice skill for him cast area 10 seconds. That's true. Well, this is, I mean, this was kind of like a fun little, what is the word? Fun thought. maybe not. I mean, who knows, man? Lilith always surprises us with like weird mechanics. Whenever first Qin Shi Huang came out, it was weird, right? Qin Shi Huang was weird, completely different commander. We had to analyze this commander so much to truly understand this commander, but now we do. But yeah, Qin Shi Huang brought like completely new mechanics. Who knows, like Lilith planning something crazy. This could work if the rage cap is removed, or if the rage gain is per second, not included in the rage cap calculation, instead of per basic attack, so can still gain rage per second even while not attacking. That is also a very nice, good thing, right? Passively, whenever you are in the combat, you are just passively generating 100 rage per second or something like that. That's also very, very nice idea. Love you, bro. Take it easy. I'm gonna go buy some gold as it's cheapest it's ever been. Love you, bro. My guy. Already thinking about business. Alright, Schmuck. Take it easy, man. Stay safe. Stay safe, Schmuck. A video for priority order when converting would be great. I don't have enough convert all the time. Oh, that is actually very, very good idea. Which one to prioritize converting, right? That is actually a good idea. Wait a second. So here you are gaining 2% normal plus 2% smite. No, this 2% all damage reduction plus 2% smite, right? Let's see. And then the blue is 1.5. 1.5 and 1.5%. Here we are gaining 12.5% boost, and this is 5% boost. That is actually a good idea. So in order to convert this, you need 10 conversion stone. Here you need 3 conversion stones, right? The blue inscriptions cost you 3. Let me just double check just in case. Enhance, convert. Yeah, 10. I should have blue. Yeah, blue one is 3, right? Yeah, 3. I mean, it's gonna be quite easy to calculate actually. We can like wait. So we are getting 2.5% boost, right? Divided by 10 conversion stone. This is the value. Gaining, no, not 2.5%. That's gaining 0 point per conversion stone. Here you are dividing 1 divided by 3. This much value per conversion stone. So it's already the rare inscription is better value than this, but I mean, I guess if you have this, then it doesn't really matter. We also gotta consider the effects though. We also got to consider the effects. This is 2 This is 0. This is gonna be the same. We need to consider the effects though. We need to consider the effects. I mean, it's gonna be kind of like tough though. The difference is going to be very, very minuscule per conversion stones, actually. Here you are using 10 conversion stones to gain 2% extra boost, right? But you are using 10% 10 conversion stones to gain 2.5% more boost. So in terms of conversion stones, this is emblem is still more. But this effect right here, this effect, I think it might be worth to take that inefficient trade conversion. This effect is really strong. So Hunter, I would say Hunter needs to get converted, but on Qin I guess it's fine because Qin does benefit from this, but it does have 5 seconds cooldown, so I guess it's still good. I guess this is still good. If those were to happen, it should only work if he is primary, because him as secondary, then commander basically just becomes a rage monster. Oh yeah, that's also true, man. If that guy is passively gaining rage, then he has to be primary, right? So there's gonna be like, if this commander is primary, then the rage requirement is this, and then it gains something like that. But again, that's just a fun little thought. You're already streaming it. Hope you're doing well. Biotic, I'm doing quite well, man. Yeah, I was not really expecting them to drop this right now, but they just dropped it, so I decided to just fire off the stream. Give me a second. Where is that video of ROI? Have you guys watched this? Let me pause this. Let's watch this and see what's happening together.
To help everyone catch.
So here I took the screenshots from this section, right?
Armaments can be obtained from travels dispatcher.
Yeah, I took the screenshots. So what are the other things?
To help everyone catch up with the new formation, complete quest.
Okay, conversion support.
Prepare 2 events. First, the
Log in for a couple of days. We are getting some conversion stones and transmutation stones. This is swapping stone, I think. This is to swap the pity level.
Conversion stone event, where you can complete quests to obtain conversion stones and swapping stones. Then the wishlist swap event, where you can use those swapping stones to transfer your wishlist and inscription guarantee progress.
You only need one swapping stone to convert it, though. You only need one swapping stone to convert it. This means here you are getting one swapping stone, right?
Stone event.
You gotta obtain 10 legendary armament. And then you are getting one. So basically this swap is going to be for free. For everybody, one swap.
Wedge formation and wedge formation 2.
Okay, that's good.
In addition, we'll also have 2 equipment-related events starting in April. The special talent equipment.
Oh my god! Okay, so converting the special talent is weapon 25,000, helm 20,000 gems, Accessory 30,000 gems. Woohoo! That is quite chunky of a price, but I guess for players who have the wrong crits, I mean, I guess this is worth it, worth the price. For example, man, should I do it or not? So I will show you something. In my case, I do have a drums, where is it? Yeah, I have one drums critted for infantry, right? So I critted this thinking that my LC is gonna be using, which is good. On LCs, this is good, gonna be proccing more, right? But I was thinking that, okay, maybe if I change this crit drums to cavalry, then my cavalry combo commanders will be proccing this more often, better than LC. I was really thinking about that, but 30,000 gems is a hefty amount, though. Is a hefty amount. So I can swap the PT without 10 legendary. I think you just have to earn, like, open up like 10 legendary boxes and it should be good. I hope you analyze more about the effects of this inscription, as more of the time you have been correct with this deep analyze, like who dissected Sun Tzu's potential. Vincel, I appreciate you, man. It does take some time for us to, fully understand and analyze everything deeply. We'll see, man. We should be good. Does a priority list matter? You have to convert the entire set anyways. I mean, I guess it does matter for players who do not have enough conversion stones, right? Luckily, I do have enough conversion stones. I mean, I do not have full legendary anyways. So this is 10, this is 3, 3. So I'm looking into, like, if I were to convert everything, I need 17 conversion stones. And I think I have like 30 something. Yeah, I think I have 36, so I have enough. But, some players don't.
Reset event, where governors can spend gems to reset and reassign the special talent of one legendary equipment piece.
Yes, okay.
Now let's talk about some of the new look.
Okay, so we do have the skins, right? So now Scipio Prime is looking so chunky. He's looking very cool.
For the commander and a set of exclusive accessories, including visual effects for marching, multi-battle broadcast, and report sharing.
Yeah, Joan is also looking nice.
These features are available
your Alliance members. Members unlocking the
Alliance cosmetics, yes, we have the forts here, right? We know about this. Immigration rule.
Covering the new features, let's move on to some optimizations. Starting with immigration rule adjustments. New kingdoms will be restricted from same-season immigration until the end of Season 1. These changes will first be tested in select new continents. For Season of Conquest kingdoms in their first story, the immigrating character cannot be more than 150 days older than the target kingdom. For cross-season immigration, the age limits will also be reduced.
Wait, does this mean Slipper accounts no longer, Slipper projects no longer a thing, or what do you guys think? Good luck having enough in September for Pincer 2 as well. Yeah, that's also a thing. If you don't have enough stone, you just don't convert at all. Keep the entire set and wait until you do. Yeah, that's true actually. Hey Bill, can you help me please with blue are the best? What blue are the best for Chinchuan? I have not enough stones to swap all, so prior list would be help so much. Okay, so I will think about the priority list. I will be making the WEDGE 2 video. I don't think I will be posting a video today. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Toggle attack March and
See
All of the
Illusion
events.
Treasures, Smithy Specials,
Okay,
Race Against Time, and Tempest Clash. Be
Okay,
sure to check your
okay. Let's check out the bloopers.
with this formation, your troops will deal 12% more skill damage. Did I say 12%? Okay.
so you don't miss any updates on Rise of Kingdoms.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
All right. Hopefully you analyze this as well. At what point does a bad wage to become better than good one? Ah, that's also very. Ah, that's quite a tough question though. It is quite a tough question. So which special inscription will be best for Qin after swap? Definitely the scroll inscription is gonna be very good. You are gaining 2% more boost. On top of that, this effect seems to be very strong. Stronger than I mean, this is like applying debuff, right? So all of your other marches are benefiting. In my opinion, this autarch section is one of the top priorities to convert. The second priority, I think it is going to be emblem, because emblem you are going to be getting 2.5% more boost in the emblem, so it's just straight up more boost. Instrument section, for Qin instrument, okay, so here you are getting boost and this rage thingy, right? Let me check out the normal wedge. Let's see. Yeah, unstoppable. But this effect is not that great as well though, especially for Qin. Direct damage has a 30% chance to increase by 10% and then 5 seconds of cooldown. On average, this is very low effect. But this is also not that like super great as well. But you are still gaining 2% boost. I think for Qin a scroll is number 1 priority, emblem is number 2. Well, let's see, flag. Yeah, flag is, I don't think Qin is gonna be benefiting from this at all, because Qin already converts his damage to direct damage anyway, so I don't think it counts. So that is the flag section. So this is just initial thought, okay? This is just my initial thought. It's scroll to emblem to instrument to flag. Maybe. But I guess it might be a good idea for you to just save up some conversion stones to convert. When is Pincer 2? Pincer 2 may be in around like July, August, or September or something like that. Be careful, guys. Although there is a significant difference between Wedge and 2 point, there's still not as big difference to the point, it's just straight up better. So if y'all don't have much conversion stones, make sure to not swap right away until more information that provides the power difference between two armaments, rather two formation. I have Hunter inscription not applied on any armament. Can I apply Hunter on Wedge too? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. We need best rare inscription guide too. You mean blue inscriptions? I'll think about it, man. I'll think about it. Let me write that down. Best blue inscriptions. Hold on a second. We need to do something. Okay, so I want to get the percentages from these as well. So Thrasher is 3.5% boost, right? Pummeler is nothing. On instrument, Butterfly 3.5% boost. I'm just writing this down. Positive is 1.5% boost. Oh my god, this is steel skin is 2% resistance. 2% resistance. Determined is 1.5%. Now emblem is like only 8%, right? 8%, yeah, 8% boost. And then relentless is 3.5%. I'm just writing it down. Let me go to pincer and we can check out the total boosts. Pincer, we have 5% boost here. Imploder, we have none. Demolisher, 5% boost. Raider, 2% boost. Airtight, 5% combo resistance, just to counter cavalry. Hard-headed, 4% combo resist. And then here we have Thundering, 10%. Rattling, we have 4%. Let us calculate what is the total boosts. So this is the legendary boost and this is rare boosts, okay? Wedge is 20% total boost. And then rare is 2%, 6%. Rare, we are only seeing 6% boost total. We are not actually... Yeah, let's not... Let me do this. This is a bit different. This is the damage reduction. So let's just do this. Delta. Delta we have... What? Am I crazy? Yeah, 3.5%. 3.5%. 8%. So Delta has 15%. Wait a second. And the rare inscriptions have 5% total boost. Pincer, 20%. And the rares have 6%. Now, which is 26.5% boost, and then the rares have 7%. Look, if I have 2 infantry marches by GLC Sun Tzu Prime Ivar and 1 good gear set and second one is just half gold, which one should use the better gear? Whoever performing better. Most likely it might be... I mean, Sun Tzu Prime Ivar by GLC is gonna be performing very similar though. I feel like you asked this question yesterday as well, right? And just try using your commanders, and whoever performing the best, put your best gear. Or someone else asked, I think someone else asked very similar question. This is huge buff for YSG2. With boosts increase, the skill damage bonus matters so much more too. Yes, indeed, you are absolutely correct, Biotic. The more boost you have, the bonuses, effectiveness of bonuses also increases as well. All YouTubers keep saying not to invest in YSG now, but he seems to be in the top march and super relevant. The reason why YouTubers are saying please hold on investing into YSG is because on around April, I think next month, most likely we are gonna be getting new archer commanders. So just in case, if the new archer commanders is absolutely nuts, insanely powerful, then if you spend your golden heads right now in YSG right now, it's gonna be waste, right? Because you will not be able to invest in those new archer commanders. Go Arthur great again. Skill damage based commanders for cavalry and infantry, they are going to perform better, that's for sure. But in my opinion, combo and pincer, combo for cavalry and pincer for, smite for infantry is the way to go. So in that sense, we are also going to be getting new pincer and new delta very soon. So converting your formations to Wedge 2.0 just to use Ho Arthur might gonna be a little bit risky investment. Looking good for skill damage info or Kava. I think yes, the skill damage based infantry or cavalry, they are going to be benefiting, they are going to be doing more on this. However, the problem is if they keep continuing with the combo for cavalry, and if they continue smite for infantry, which most likely, highly likely that is going to be the case, then like converting all of your formations, right, and using all of your conversion stones for infantry or for cavalry is very risky. I think it's very short time of investment. And again, guys, we are gonna be getting new delta very soon, and then new pincer very soon. Maybe new delta will arrive just before a combo commander this year. I feel like that is most likely the case. Shinjuan Zhugulian is better as YSG or not? I think they are still gonna be the same, man. Shinjuan Zhugulian, they are still gonna be a little bit more sustained, more tankier, with a little bit debuff, and YSG is still gonna be doing more damage. I don't think a lot of people understand the difference between boost versus bonus. That could be a nice short video. I am planning to make a video explaining the damage formula, and I will tell exactly what is the difference between boost and bonus, and the damage reduction and resist, right? Here we have resists, and resist is also different than reduction. Bro, why Delta has the least amount of damage boost? Do you have any explanation, or is it just weaker compared to the Pincer and Wedge 2? It's just weaker. It's just weaker. It's just weaker. But we are gonna be seeing new Delta. I'm very highly sure that this year we're gonna be seeing another new Delta. Delta 2. And Delta 2 is gonna have something similar, something like this, I think. Maybe around July or August. And then we are also gonna be seeing another new pincer as well. Just before the next infantry release. That's what I think. So buckle up, you guys. I feel like this year we're gonna be getting a lot of new formations. So we gotta be really smart about with our conversion stones. Only we need to convert those that gives us the biggest upgrade. As for now, I think Wedge is gonna be giving the biggest upgrade. Delta is also gonna be giving us the biggest upgrade. And pincer is already strong, but the next pincer is still gonna be stronger than the current pincer, but it might not be as big of an upgrade. Wedge is definitely like a very hefty upgrade, right? If I get Autarch today, should I get Treasure or save it for the new Delta? Man, Chris, I don't know how the Autarch works. I don't know if you can just save it or you have to use it. Guys, do you guys know? If you get an Autarch, can you just save that Autarch and then use it the next time? I have no idea. If anyone here actually tested that, right? You got an Autarch, but you did not buy it during that KK, but you saved it and then you bought it in the next KK. Is there anyone who actually did that? The event shows a video gives you 3 stones, so you can get 1 rare. The rest, good luck. Yes, indeed. Yes, you can save it. You need to spend it. You know, you have to use it within this KK. I see. I see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but Wedge was 7% upgrade. Do you realistically think that they'll go 20% Delta or Pincer 2? If they don't, it is not as much clear-cut upgrade. Will depend much more on the description. Yeah, I don't think... Okay, so Wedge is 7% skill upgrade, right? So logically, if we upgrade our current Wedge to Wedge 2, we are still gaining more boosts and we are still gaining more bonuses. This means that logically this is the biggest upgrade. Now, if we were to here's gonna be like Delta 2, right? So Delta number 2 is gonna be, I don't think Delta number 2 they're gonna be going crazy and gonna go for like 20% or something like that. I don't think they will do this. So Delta 2 is gonna be somewhere similar to Wedge 2. So maybe Delta is also gonna be 12, if not maximum like 15% or something like that. This is what I think. And then the new Pincer is also gonna be somewhere around 12 to 15%. So it's not gonna be as big of an upgrade than Delta or Pincer. And then the total boost and bonuses are also gonna be around something similar with Delta. Like somewhere around this. I don't think they're gonna go crazy and like give us 30%. This is just way too much of an upgrade, right? I don't think they're gonna go crazy. So with this, the Wedge 2, Delta 2, Pincer 2 is going to be much more balanced with each other, but maybe Delta is going to be ever so slightly stronger than Wedge 2, and then Pincer is ever so slightly stronger than Delta 2. I don't think they should be, I don't think these are going to be like equally strong. I don't think they will do that. If they make this equally strong, then it's gonna be a little bit strange, because eventually we are gonna be getting Wedge 3 as well. This is inevitable. So again, if the cycle goes like this, right? Delta 3. if they make these all of the version 2s equal, then WEDGE 3 is gonna be much stronger than these three. So the power balance is gonna get very tipped over the moment WEDGE 3.0 gets released, and until they catch up with Delta 3 or Pincer 3, right? WEDGE 3 is gonna dominate. So in order to avoid this future very long-term issue, they will most likely make Delta 2 slightly, ever so slightly stronger than WEDGE. And then Pincer 2 is gonna be ever so slightly stronger than Delta 2. And then WEDGE 3 is ever so slightly stronger than Pincer. And then Delta is gonna be stronger than this, and then this is gonna be stronger than this. I think they are gonna be going with that smooth increment of increase in terms of power. That's what I think. That is what I think. Yeah, so like Pincer is gonna be 12 to 15, and then WEDGE 2 is gonna be like 15 to 20, right? Most likely around 20% or something like that. And then this one is gonna be like maybe like 17 to 22 or something like that. But this one is like, I don't know, 20, 25, that's a little bit big upgrade though. But the idea is this, they will be slowly but surely increasing the power. That's how they're gonna be keeping the updates rolling. This is just my opinion. Could it be that with Pincer and Combo being grid already, that they are gonna make rally specific on them with the 2.0 formation? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I mean, if we take a look into WEDGE, already some of their effects are working great in rally gas situation. 100% you're getting utilized. But if we just take a look into the boost, this is from 20% to 26.5% boost increase. So there is like entire 11.5% difference from WEDGE to WEDGE. This is just too much of a difference in terms of boost. And then there is like 6.5% boost, right? Difference here. So if they make the Delta 2 and Pincer 2 designed for rally garrison, eventually right now I think Delta might be one of, I think Delta now right now is officially the weakest formation. Yeah, I think Delta right now, maybe like, I think Delta is the weakest formation though. Can't wait for double lines. V formation 2.0 will be siege can attack without a setup. Man, that's gonna be insane. They shouldn't increase boost and resistance, no, because they are multiplier to power creep and make other power creep more heavy. I mean, the power creep is inevitable. It is going to happen. Commanders are gonna become stronger and stronger. Formations are gonna become stronger and stronger. So, and then like we are still seeing it in the Zenith of Power skins, right? Zenith of Power skin, the percentage buffs are becoming bigger and bigger. So I think they will be making this bigger and bigger. By how many percent, we don't know. It's up to Lilith. But those are stats rather than multipliers. No, in a sense, the stats are still multipliers. In a sense, they are still multipliers. Everything gets multiplied in Rise of Kingdoms. I mean, they do have additive effect, but boost and bonuses, they still also have an additive effect. Now, bonuses also suffer from diminishing return effects. Same with boosts. Boosts also suffer from diminishing return effect. But in the end, they all multiply each other. They are all multipliers. How do you think, does it make sense for Lilith to convert all skill cav and infantry commanders to combo and smite? Because it feels wrong with these new changes. I mean, I would be 100% into it, man. I mean, if they do not convert it, maybe they should just introduce like a accessory at least, right? If they introduce an accessory so that, like, for example, if I equip that accessory to my Scipio, right? I equip that accessory on my Scipio, and then if I use my Scipio secondary to like a smite damage commander, then my Scipio is now dealing smite damage. It's just like similar to how Artifact works, but they just gives us that accessory. At least this is a very, very easy solution, right? Instead of like re-releasing the commanders, they could also do that as well. Well, anyways, the Wedge 2 is actually looking quite nice, man. It's looking quite the nice. So no more ring for accessory. Yeah, ring is gonna lose value more and more. In future, all of the bonuses and boosts will be losing value more and more. I mean, as for now, we cannot really say that ring is completely out. No. It does still suffer diminishing return, but it will take years for ring to finally go out of meta. If there's like so many bonuses already, right? But what will not go out of meta and become stronger and stronger? This one. This has exponential increase in damage effect. It doesn't suffer from this does not suffer from diminishing return. I guess it does in a sense, right? Because you can overrage, but yeah, we'll see what happens, man. So what is the best accessory for Qin Shi Huang? It is still, I would say it's still you can use ring and pendant for Qin Shi Huang. You can still use it, especially with Zhuge. But anything other than that, I made a video about Qin Shi Huang, right? In that video, this is my Qin Shi Huang. I mean, everybody was saying horn is not really useful. I mean, horn is still not 100% useful. It only gets useful after a certain amount of time, right? But horn does have its place. Man, I'm trying to find my sheet. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Commander pair mathematics Qin Shi Huang, yes. Yeah. Yeah, here on Zhuge, I'm suggesting horn, ring, and pendant. Also, horn and pendant can work, but with different talent. And then here, Zhuge here as well, but on, let's see, YSG and others, I am recommending horn. Here's all the graphics. Ragecraft. But again, the horn is not really useful in the beginning. It only useful it's in a prolonged fight, which sometimes it doesn't really happen, right? I feel like my gem count has been increasing too much despite me maxing every egg and dig and Dalrooks. Do I buy conversion stones or should I start Esmeralda? I think you should start using your gems into Armament Reveal Thyself event. It was 24,000 gems, I think, total. So yeah, Armament Reveal Thyself will be your next priority event for gems. And still, if you have extra gems, yeah, you can use Esmeralda's house. I would be using my extra gems for Armament Reveal Thyself though. Armament Reveal Thyself progresses your armament very, very fast. I do that as well. Man, how much do you spend, man? So that means, okay, so you can, yeah, you can use for Esmeralda's house if you have extra gems. Just in case, like, have like maybe 100k gems extra all the time, right? So I never spend gems on conversion stones. I think it is best for you to just buy the conversion stones from the bundles since you are spending quite a lot, right? You are maxing events with gems, and even so you're having extra gems, which means you're spending a lot, which means I think it might be a better idea to just purchase this. Conversion stones is like 10,000 gems per conversion stone, so that is a little bit way too much of a value though. A little bit expensive. I would just spend a couple of bucks here, right? I think this is monthly or 2 weeks or something like that. And also you are maxing out the VIP shop as well, right? The speed ups, maybe expansions. You could even buy the blueprints here from here as well, materials. I'm not too high spender. I do about 500 a month. It's just recently doing baller map and getting farming has helped me a lot. Ah, man, that's insane. That's actually insane. Well, if you really have like extra gems, then like, why not buy 1 or 2 conversion stones? Would you recommend horn and pendant over horn and ring when YSG secondary? I mean, the difference is very minuscule though. The difference is very minuscule. I think I would say they're about the same. Ring might be ever so anything is slightly less, because ring does give you like 6.7% damage bonus on average, but that is if you are on that target 100% of the time, right? If you go back and forth and if you are losing your buff window, that means maybe their average ring damage becomes like 4% or something like that. So pendant is gonna be like 1% more. But the difference of that 1% is like extremely small when you are using it with YSG, because YSG is already giving you 62% skill damage bonus. So that 1% extra bonus is like, because of its diminishing return, it's just nothing. So it does not really matter. In that case, it might be a good idea to use ring, because you can craft ring mass amount, right? You can craft ring mass amount and you can put ring on any commanders. Pendant, you can only craft pendant one, maybe you can only have one pendant, right? But only after when you have critted ring. So in that sense, maybe a horn and ring is good. But if you have everything, then you like pendant horn ring is gonna be very same though. It's like very minuscule, like it's gonna be negligible amount. Yeah, Etna, if you like really have extra gems, like if your gems are accumulating, yeah, it's not a bad idea for you to start buying some conversion stones. You guys, if you guys spend maybe here and there, spend and buy these conversion stones every now and then. And also every now and then, okay, if you have like extra gems, right? Maybe like especially more than gems event, maybe like buy some of these, especially during more than gems event. We are expecting new delta, new pincer, so we might need like a lot of conversion stones in the future to convert everything and stay up to date. Is it better to buy $100 tier of conversion bundle or spend the gems on stones? Etna, that's kind of like the two different thing which you cannot really compare, right? If you have the money, it's always better to just buy with the money if you can just spend it, right? And then having extra gems in your bank is always nice because you can buy a lot of stuff, right? You have 500k gems right now. I really don't want to max another bundle if not needed. Man, if you have 500 gems, cave gems, then just use that gems and buy a couple of conversion stones. Just spend less money. Oh yeah, that's also true. Yeah. So for those who have finally saved up 8 inscription shards, what is the rank for maneuver versus airtight versus steel skin? So here's that, right? This is balanced. This is steel skin. This is airtight, and this is the new inscription maneuver. I'm not saying maneuver. Maneuver. I definitely think that maneuver is better because it does give you 2% all resistance, right? Delta gives you 2% resistance, but the Wedge 2 on top of that, it gives you 2% more smite resistance. So this is way better than Delta. And pincer is only resisting the combo, but maneuver is resisting all damage 2%. So yeah, this is better. Right now, Wedge 2.0's inscriptions are looking better than any other before. Maybe pincer's toppler might be slightly more competitive, and also the what is the inscription for pincer? Destructive? No. Destructive is, yeah, arch. Yeah, demolisher. Yeah, demolisher. Maybe demolisher also. This demolisher is also very insane though. So in my opinion, pincer is the closest formation that is getting close to Wedge, and still very good. Wedge is like Wedge 2 is already better than the Wedge, and Delta is now I think the weakest formation starting to become. All they have to do is, if you are converting from Wedge to Wedge 2 and pincer to pincer, make it half cost. That is actually insanely good idea, man. They should actually implement that. Yo, that's actually insane. Like, okay, if we are converting to like completely different formation, then we are using the current cost, right? But if we are upgrading from pincer, like from wedge to wedge 2, it's gonna only cost 5. That is actually insane, man. I wish they would do that. I just joined. Can you make a recap of whether wedge 2 is worth it or not, and which troop type might be relevant? So wedge 2 is upgrade from wedge, and yes, they are kind of like getting designed towards like they thought archers behind in their mind when designing wedge 2, because wedge 2 kind of like counters smite. And smite is infantry, so archer counters infantry, so it does make sense. So it is an upgrade, and now I think the weakest formation now it's becoming delta. Delta now is the weakest one and needs an upgrade. That is the absolute shortest possible recap. I will be making a video though. Well, anyways, guys, I think that is about it for today's video, today's live stream. I am gonna be making a video tomorrow. I might need to refine things here and there a little bit, but I think I will be making a video tomorrow and see how things are gonna be going. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me see if there's anybody else is streaming. Let's see what is happening. Nah, I don't really see anybody else streaming within my subscription list. So I guess I'm gonna have to hang you guys here. So anyways, guys, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or in the next video. Have a great day and peace.